My name's Lars. Welcome to my workshop. Building a collapsible table. Today, this is the final product, and we'll go through it in a minute. It currently stands, it's 18 inches, about 51. And right here, it's something that I needed for my workshop because I don't have a big workshop, and I need the ability to break it down and move it. I'm also using this for my outfeed table, for my table saw, and for projects. So I have what I call elevators on them to be able to raise and lower the table as I need. So let me get it together and you can see how easy this is. And there we have it. It only takes a few minutes to put it together, a few minutes to take it apart and store it. Hi, I'm Lars. Welcome to my workshop. Today we're going to be building a collapsible tabletop workbench. It's going to have elevators on it so you can raise and lower the table. We're going to be making it primarily out of 2x4s. I'm going to cut these perfectly in half, so they're going to be 47 and 15/16 inches long. In order to preserve buying 2x4s, that's what we're doing. Otherwise, I'd be cutting 48, and then you got to throw away the other part of the 2x4. So let's get started. So these are the legs. Now these were made earlier, about a month ago, and these come off of scaffolding. They actually look like this here, and they normally sit on the ground. And you can raise scaffolding and lower scaffolding. Now, like I said, for my situation, I need something I can raise and lower the table. These are approximately about a foot tall. So what happens is you set this inside here. This will get bolted to a 6x6. Let me turn this down so you can see it. So this will get bolted to a 6x6. This will get tied to the frame that I'm about to build, and then when you need to raise them, you can spin them up and then set that back down. This is all going to be tied together, so there's no possibility of this walking back and forth, and the two legs will be tied together. what I'm doing is squaring up the cross member with the leg, making sure that's nice and square, and then I'm marking the cross member so we can cut these out. All right, so this is what the table looks like. These are fitting in here pretty nice. Got the elevators on them, what I call elevators. But like I said, you can lift them up, kick them, lift up this side, get it up and raised. For what I'm needing this for, I need the ability to raise and lower this bench just because it's going to be used as my table saw's outfeed table and also for me to do my projects on. Now we need to get the tabletop on it. All right, in order to get the tabletop, I'm cutting a 4 by 8 foot sheet of plywood, and we're going to cut it 5 feet by 4 feet. So we're taking 8 foot, measuring 5 feet out, and then we're going to rip it. I could freehand this. I don't really want to freehand it. I want it to look nice. It could be cut on a table saw. You could cut it a variety of different ways. However, I'm going to use a blade guide, and what you do is this is where we're going to be cutting, is out here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's 60 inches from this end of the table. Now, side, from this side up to this edge is 4 3/8. So I measured back 4 3/8 and then clamp this bar in place and it will stay. This will basically run along that and it will cut on the other side of that mark to ensure that we get 60 inches. So I took the tabletop and I placed it on top of the frame. It ends up being, it's an 1/8 inch too wide. And the reason for this is when I cut the 2x4s, we cut them perfectly in half. So that made them 47 and 15/16. So if you take the 1/16 of an inch off each side, it adds up to be 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to use the table saw over here, which I'll show you the setup in a second, and cut that off. All right, there's a couple things going on here with the table saw that do not recommend this on a normal basis. However, this is kind of like one of those times where you need to have a scab board. This blade is only an 1/8 inch wide, so I'm going to run the tabletop right up against it, and we're going to just trim off that 1/8 inch. Second thing, these clamps, they're made of metal. I know you're not supposed to get them near the blade, but we're about 7 inches away, and that one there is about 1.5 feet, so I think we're okay. But again, this is still pretty dangerous, and you should always use caution and, of course, safety glasses. Okay, so now that piece is cut, it's very smooth on the sides where we need it. Very good. All the corners. Now we can start taking some measurements here to get the end pieces on. In order to get this board put on here centered, which is what we want, need to do some measurements. So the board, bring this back down. The board is 60 inches, so we're going to measure this 30 inches. That gives us the center of this board. So how do you find the center of the outside of this? You have 42. And if you measure that and mark 21, all you need to do is align this up to the mark on this side of 21. So those two centers will make sure that each side is equal, which for this, it is. One thing a lot of people don't know is about their little square. This is as wide as a 2x4. So if you drop that there, you don't have to use your hands too much to figure out, put that back like that, where you need a line cut. So almost have this thing together. The only thing that we need to do now is I need to get another set of these rails down here. Now, down on the bottom. Now, one thing that I have to watch out for is when I put the screws in, I'm not going to hit the hole that's in the bottom of these that has the, what I'm calling elevators on them. So let's see what we can do. Alright, so just about done with this table. Just need to get these last notches cut out, and for the rails. Once I get that cut out and everything, I'll throw the table back on it and let you guys see it. Here's the table, it's complete. Hope you like it. If you did, please subscribe, ring the little bell to get notifications. Hope to see you on the next video.